प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, 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 Govinda Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Kala Chanji Radhe 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 Kala Chanji Radhe Kala Chanji Radhe 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 Kala Chanji Radhe 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 Kala Chanji Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Radhe Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, bolo. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, bolo. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. A little faster. Jaya Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna. Bolo! Little louder, please. Shri Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Krishna. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Krishna, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Shri Radhe. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Radhe, Radhe, Jaya Radhe.
Nanda Ako Vikamaniya यशोमती नंदन ब्रजवर नागर गोकुल रंजन कान्हा गोकुल रंजन गोपी परन धन मदन मनोहर कालिया दमन विधान अमर हरि नाम मिय विलास विपिन पुरंदर नवीन नगर वर वंशी वदन सुवास ब्रज जन पालन सुर कुल नाशन नंद गोधन रखवाला गोविंद माधव नवनीत तस्कर सुंदर नंद गोपाला यामुना तटचर गोपी बसन हर रास रसिक कृप मोया तटचर गोपी बसन हर श्री राधा वल्लभ वृंदावन नटवर कमल हरि नाम मिय विलास श्री राधा कालचंदी वृंदावन नटवर श्री राधा गोविंद वृंदावन नटवर भक्ति विनोदाशराय भक्ति विनोदाशराय राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते गोकुल तरुणी मंडल महिते राधे जय जय माधव दैते दामोदरती वर्धन वेशे हरि निष्कुत वृंदा विपिने से दामोदरती वर्धन वेशे हरि निष्कुत वृंदा विपिने राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते वृषभानुदाधि नवशशि लेखे ललिता सखी गुण रमित विशाखे वृषभानुदाधि नव ललित सखी गुण रमित विशाखे राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव दैते करुणा करुमयी करुणा भरीते सनक सनातन वर्णित चरिते सुमयी करुणा भरीते सनक सनातन वर्णित चरि राधे जय जय माधव दैते राधे जय जय माधव राधे जय जय माधव दैते जय राधा काला चंडी राधा का
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we cannot hear you. Can you unmute yourself? Hare Krishna Mathanal Prabhuji, can you unmute yourself? It's still showing me you are mute. गोविंद राधा जय राधा माधव श्री राधे राधा माधव जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधे श्याम सुंदर जय राधा मदन मोहन राधा मदन मोहन राधे राधा मदन मोहन राधा जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे राधा वृंदावन जय राधा वृंदावन
Vrindavannath Radha, Vrindavannath Radhe, Vrindavannath Radha. Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe Radha Nila Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe Radha Giridhari Radhe Jaya Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Sham Radhe Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Subhadra Jagannath Jaya Baladev Jaya Gauranitai 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 Gauranitai
Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe.
Now, today is our Radhastami ceremony.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Radhe Radhe Jaya Radhe Jaya Shri Radhe.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dharupnam. You are live. Your voice. Yeah, we can hear you now.
Hare Krishna. Happy Janmashtami to everyone. Or I'm sorry, happy Radhastami to everyone. So unfortunately, we can't all be together. So we're all Zoomers now. And Srila Prabhupada said that, you just use whatever technology is there and use it for Krishna, and then it becomes Krishnanized. So we're doing that now by using this Zoom, and fortunately we can all be together on the Zoom. So today we're going to be speaking a little bit about Srimati Radharani, maybe a few of her pastimes. And I know some of these pastimes you've probably heard many times, but these pastimes are like scripture. You can hear them many, many times, thousands of times, and every time you hear them, it's more and more purifying. So just bear with me if you've heard some of these before. So first, I'm actually in Detroit right now, and I don't have car tolls or anything, so I'm at my son's house. So I'll just, we'll sing the Jai Radha Madhava prayers, and then we'll speak a little bit about Srimati Radharani. So we'll sing now. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Balaba Girivada Dari, Jai Gopi Jana Bala Ba Girivada Dani Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Balaba Girivada Dari Jai Gopi Jana Balaba Girivada Dari Jashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jashoda Nandana Brajajana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Priya Jakacharya Astutada Satashi Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Priya Jakacharya Astutada Satashi Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prince Goho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Brinda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shamakun Radha Kund Giri Govardhana Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mayapur Navadvip Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Kalachandji Dham Ki Jai Yamuna Devi Ganga Devi Ki Jai Shrimati Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shrimati Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Jai Transcendental Books and Prashadam Distribution Ki Jai Yuga Dharma Shri Hari Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai Shri Radhastami Ki Jai Shrimati Radharani Ki Jai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol All glories to the assembled devotees Hari Krishna All glories to the assembled devotees Hari Krishna All glories to the assembled devotees Hari Krishna All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga Jai Hari Krishna Vanchakapa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyeva Patitanam Padnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye I offer my respects to Srimati Radharani, whose bodily complexion is like molten gold, and who is the queen of Vrindavan. You are the daughter of King Rishabhanu, and you are very dear to Lord Krishna. So one indication of Srila Prabhupada's deep affection for Srimati Radharani was that he would always begin his lectures by singing this song that we just sung, Jai Radha Madhava. And it says at once that Srila Prabhupada became so overwhelmed with emotions after singing just the first two lines of this song, he couldn't continue singing. He was so overcome. So Srila Prabhupada says this song is a picture of Vrindavan. It has everything. It has Srimati Radharani, it has Krishna, it has Vrindavan, it has Govardhan, it has Yashoda, and has all the Gopas and the Gopis. So very beautiful song. And also Srila Prabhupada's father, he prayed that Srila Prabhupada would become a devotee of Srimati Radharani. Also, before Srila Prabhupada actually arrived in America, he wrote a poem. And one of the lines in this poem was, "My dear brothers, you cannot get success in Krishna consciousness unless you get the mercy of Srimati Radharani." So Jai Srimati Radharani Ki Jai. So Srimati Radharani, she is such a great devotee that even Krishna can't understand her qualities. It says, Krishna, we know he is all-knowing. He knows everything past, present, and future. He knows everything in everyone's heart. But there's one thing that Krishna, he longed to know, and that was the nature of Srimati Radharani's love and the sweetness that she feels in experiencing his love. So Krishna, he could see that even though Radha's love was completely unconditional, completely unmotivated, and her only pleasure in life was actually pleasing him. Still, she was actually experiencing thousands and actually millions of times more bliss than Krishna. Therefore, in order to experience these things, we know that Krishna, he came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we are also able to relish these qualities and these pastimes of Srimati Radharani. This is Lord Chaitanya's mercy on all of us. So once Srimati Radharani, she had a dream, and she came to Krishna and she said, Krishna, I had this dream, this amazing dream. And Krishna said, well, tell me about it. And she said, well, I've dreamed about this wonderful golden personality. And he was dancing with a lot of devotees along the Yamuna, and he had this amazing effulgence. And she said, but I don't know who he was. She said, I know a lot of your incarnations, but I've never seen this one before. And Krishna said, wow, I wonder who that could be. And she said, well, when he was chanting like Radhe, Radhe, I thought it must be you. But then when he was chanting Krishna, Krishna, I thought, well, maybe it must be me. So she said, but I couldn't understand who exactly this personality is. And so as she was looking at Krishna, and Krishna had his Kaustubha gem on, and she looked into his gem and she saw this pastime taking place right in front of her on Krishna's gem. And she saw Lord Chaitanya dancing, and she saw herself and she saw Krishna. And then she saw her and Krishna merge into Lord Chaitanya. So at that time, then she said, now I know who it is. It's both you and me. So this is how Krishna showed her the coming of Lord Chaitanya. We know that Krishna, he's full in 6 opulences. He has all beauty, he has all wealth, all fame, all strength, all knowledge, and all renunciation. And therefore, there's no amount of material opulences that can actually attract Krishna. Just like you can't attract a millionaire by offering him a few dollars. We can't attract Krishna with any of our material opulences. Nevertheless, we know that pure devotional service, it attracts even Krishna. And this is the unique transcendental quality of devotional service. And Srimati Radharani, we know that she's the embodiment of pure devotional service. No one can be a greater devotee than Srimati Radharani. Actually, the very name Radharani, it comes from the Sanskrit word Aradhana, which means worship. So her name is Radharani because she excels everyone in worshiping Krishna. And although Krishna is so beautiful that he can attract millions and millions of cupids, we know, and he's called Madan Mohan because of that, the attractor of Cupid. But Srimati Radharani, she can attract even Krishna. Therefore, she is called Madan Mohan Mohini, the attractor of Cupid. And so, and just as Krishna is the source of all incarnations, we know that Srimati Radharani, she's the source of all the gopis and all the goddesses of fortune. And we know that Radha's color is described to be like molten gold. It's like a flash of lightning. And by her effulgence, we know that even the trees and the birds and the animals, when she's there, they all take her, because of her effulgence, they take her golden hue. Her golden complexion is so intense, it says that even when Krishna, sometimes when he stands beside Srimati Radharani, he also turns golden. We know there's several pastimes where Krishna has done that. And one of those pastimes is once Krishna was, well, actually Srimati Radharani was cooking for Krishna. And after she got through cooking breakfast, Mother Yashoda took Srimati Radharani on her lap because it said that Mother Yashoda loves Srimati Radharani as much as she loves Krishna. So she likes to dress, in the morning after Srimati Radharani cooks breakfast for Krishna, she likes to take Srimati Radharani and dress her real nicely. So she had Srimati Radharani on her lap, and she was telling her how she wanted her to be married to Krishna. She wanted to have Srimati Radharani as her daughter-in-law. So she took some turmeric and she put it on Radhe's hands. And so Srimati Radharani, she didn't say anything because she wanted to be so respectful to Mother Yashoda. So, but anyways, after this happened, then she went back with the gopis. And they were walking along, and she told Lolita, she said, I've got this turmeric on my hands. And normally when you put turmeric on someone's hands like that, when like Mother Yashoda put it on Radharani's hands, it means that she is mostly engaged to Krishna. So even though Srimati Radharani, she wanted eventually to marry Krishna, and she loved Krishna so much, she said, I'm just a young cowherd girl, and I don't want to be married at this time. I just want to be carefree. And so she was wondering what she should do, how she should react to having this turmeric on her hands. So Lalita just laughed, and she said, Radha, she said, there's a coon right there. Just go and wash it off your hands. It's that simple. And so Radha said, oh, yes. So she went over to this coon, and she was looking into the water and washing her hands. And when she was doing that, she was just totally meditating on Krishna. And all of a sudden, all the gopis started laughing. And so Radha was looking around, why are you laughing? And they said, look at the lake, Radha. And so when Srimati Radharani looked at the lake, the whole lake had turned this beautiful golden color. And Radha was thinking, wow, what are the people going to say? We should run away. So the gopis, they all were giggling, and they took off running because they didn't want anybody to know that they had done that. And so then a little later on, Krishna, he's looking for one of his calves. And so he comes walking by, and he kind of walks by this kund, and he looks at it, and he, had people do like a double take sometimes. And so he looked back at it, and he thought, wow, look at this lake. It's totally golden color. He thought maybe some demigod came down and bathed in this lake that caused it to be like that. So he goes up and he puts his finger in the lake. And when he did, as soon as he touched the water, he got this static like shock, like a lightning shock and of ecstasy. And so he was like, wow. And so then next time he stuck his hand in, same thing happened. He got this total ecstatic feeling. So then he puts his arm in, and then gradually he starts to wade into the water. And he goes to his knees, and then up to his waist, then up to his neck. And then all of a sudden, all you saw was the peacock feather right above the water, and Krishna's walking around, and all the animals are deer, and all the animals are looking, where's Krishna? Because all they could see was his peacock feather. And so when then Krishna walks out of the water, when he comes out, he's like totally golden color, just same color as Srimati Radharani. And so when he comes out of the water, he's saying, where's Krishna? Where is my Krishna? And he's asking the animals, have you seen Krishna? And so he's completely in the mood of Srimati Radharani. And so Krishna is doing this for a while. He's walking around looking and trying to search for Srimati Radharani. And then he sits down under a tree, and he kind of comes back to his, his self. And so he just looks at the lake again, and he finds his calf, and then he walks off. So he looked Pukara. And it's said that if you go there, even today, that golden lake is still there. So that's one of my bucket lists to actually go and try to see this lake sometime, this golden colored lake. So another time, Srimati Radharani, Lalita and Vishaka came up, and Srimati Radharani was standing in the forest, and she was crying, and she was just crying so. Walked up and said, Radharani, why are you so sad? Why are you crying? And Radharani this blue-colored boy. And Radharani had never met Krishna before during this pastime. And she said, and while I was looking at that picture, that boy jumped out of the picture, and he gave me a hug. And as soon as he hugged me, immediately he stole my heart. I can only think of that. Everything I look at, I see that blue boy. And so they thought, well, that's,
Hare Krishna, everyone. Looks like we having some Masranath Prabhu having some trouble there. We will try to reach him and he will connect. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. I guess I'm back. I heard someone playing a flute, and said, all I can think of is hearing this flute. Everything I hear sounds like this beautiful flute. So then she said, and then um, I I heard someone say this name, and this name is Krishna. She said, as soon as I heard this name Krishna, she said, immediately it entered my heart. And she said, that's all I can think of. As hard as I try, I can't not think of this name, Krishna. And so she said, and the reason I'm crying is because I'm supposed to be a very chaste lady. And here I'm in love with three different people. And so Lalita and Vishaka, they started laughing. And Radharani said, why are you laughing? She said, I'm thinking to go take one of these vines and hang myself because here I am supposed to be so chaste, and here I'm in love with three different people. And they said, Radha, that's not three different people. She said, the person played the flute, the person I drew the picture of, and the person is named Krishna. They're all the same person. They're all Krishna. And so when Srimati Radharani heard this, she was happy that that she still maintained her chastity, and that it was only Krishna that she actually was in love with. And so by this pastime, actually, Srimati Radharani is showing us different ways that we can awaken and develop our love for Krishna. We can, by the form of Krishna from the deities, we were seeing the deities this morning, flute, which is the pastimes, which we're hearing right now, and by chanting Krishna's name. So these three things, the deity worship, hearing pastimes, and chanting Hare Krishna, Srimati Radharani is showing us how we can actually awaken and develop our love for Krishna. So another quality, that Srimati Radharani has 25 principal qualities. And another quality that she has is that she's very cunning. She's very expert also in joking. So once Srimati Radharani, Krishna was in the forest, and he was really missing Radha. And so he told Subal, he said, I have to see Radha today. He said, you have to somehow get her to come here. He said, if you don't, I don't know if I can keep living because I really feel separation from Srimati Radharani. So he said, Subal, go and see if you can and get her. So Subal goes up and comes to Srimati Radharani's house, and Jatila, who is Srimati's mother-in-law, she's sitting outside front with a big stick in her hand. And so she sees Subal, and she said, Subal, what are you doing? And he said, well, I'm looking for a calf that strayed away, and I have to find this calf. So she said, well, you look like you're really tired, and you're likely you need some water. Why don't you go inside, and one of Radha's servants will give you some water. So Subal goes inside and immediately goes to the room of Srimati Radharani, and he tells her, he says, Krishna is waiting for you. He's feeling so much separation from you. And she was crying also because she wanted to see Krishna, but she wasn't able to get out of the house because Jatila was sitting guarding the house. So you have to go tell Krishna that there's just no way I can come see him, that I feel the same way. I'm so sad, feeling separation. So Subal said, no, I have an idea. He said, what we'll do is that Subal was actually the Chandravali's brother. And Subal had the same features as Srimati Radharani. He looked so much, even though he was a boy, he had such beautiful features, just like Srimati Radharani. So he said, what we'll do is you put on my clothes, and I'll put on a sari, and then you can take the cat, you can go back and as disguised as Subal and meet with Krishna. And she said, yes, that sounds like a really good plan. About I have long hair and I also have breasts. And he said, okay, and we'll roll it up in a bun and then we'll put a Jatila that I was looking for a calf. So you pick up that calf and that'll, shield you that she won't be able to see that you have breasts. So she said, that's a great plan. So they did that. They changed clothes and Subal put a turban around Srimati and then he put a sari on and they dressed him up just like a gopi. And so Srimati Radharani picked up the calf and she's walking out the door and there's Jatila sitting there. And she said, oh, Subal, you found your calf. And so in the voice of Subal, Radharani said, yes. And he's, I have to get this calf back to Krishna. And as soon as she heard, Zila heard the name Krishna, she said, yes, go, get as far away, have him get as far away from here as he can. So she started walking back with the calf. And so Krishna's sitting there waiting, and then he looks in the distance, and here comes Srimati Radharani disguised as Subal. And so he looks and he says, Subal, where is Radha? Are you hiding her from me? Is this some trick you're trying to pull? He said, please, you have to show me Radha. And so Radharani gets a little closer and he says, Subal, Radharani wanted to kind of play a little game with Krishna. She wanted to joke with him and see how far she could take this. So she said, I tried, I'm sorry. And she was speaking right in the voice of Subal. She said, I tried, but Mother Jatila is sitting right there in the gate and she has a big stick and Radha cannot leave the house. So I did everything I could. Krishna said, Subal, you always thought of ways to get Radha to come to me. You've always had these different plans and I can't believe that you failed me this time. And so then Radha thought, well, let me go a little further with this. And she said, well, if you want, in Subal's voice, she said, if you want, I could go get Chandravali. And Krishna just kind of put his head down. He said, no, I only want my Radha. And as soon as he said that, Srimati Radharani couldn't disguise anymore. She put down the calf and she ran and she hugged Krishna. And as soon as she touched Krishna, as soon as she hugged him, Krishna felt this, ecstatic feeling. And he knew immediately that this was Srimati Radharani. So then they spent the day together and Subal spent the day as a gopi. And then later on, telling Jatila that he was going to go and get water. Then he went out disguised as Radharani, and then Krishna met, and they changed clothes again and went back to their daily schedule. So this is some ways that Srimati Radharani was joking and how cunning she is. So we know that Srila Prabhupada says Srimati Radharani is called Hari Priya, or she's very dear to Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada, sometimes he describes Srimati Radharani as Krishna's transcendental female counterpart. And he said that Srimati Radharani is the best devotee of Krishna because she loves him the most. Her only pleasure in life is Krishna's pleasure. She's willing to do anything and everything for the pleasure of Krishna, with absolutely no concern for herself, expecting nothing in return. That's true love. She states that if serving Krishna means I have to undergo immense and tolerable distress, then that distress is my greatest happiness because it pleases Krishna. So that's all. Her only goal in life is to please Krishna, her and the gopis. Once Krishna was, he had kind of like snuck away from the cowherd boys. They were all resting. So he got up and he went to this kund where the gopis were. And so they were playing together, and so they decided to go swimming. And so they changed into their swimming clothes. And so they get in the water and they're splashing each other and having a great time. And then so the gopis tell Krishna, why don't we have a contest? Why don't we see who can hold their breath the longest? So Krishna said, okay, that sounds like a fun game. So they said, okay, on 1, 2, 3, we're all going to go underwater. And then whoever pops up first, they lose. So Krishna said, okay. So they go 1, 2, 3, and then Krishna goes underwater, and they play like they're going to, but they don't. They stay above the water. And so they're waiting. And so Krishna has a top knot. His hair has a top knot on his head. So they waited till they saw his top knot coming up. And right before he came out of the water, they went under the water. And so Krishna came up and he's looking and he thought, wow, the gopis are still underwater. That's amazing that they're holding their breath longer than me. So then they pop up and they say, we win. And so Krishna says, okay, let's do it one more time. So they go, okay, 1, 2, 3. And then Krishna goes underwater and they again play like going to, but they stay up above water. So this time Krishna, he opens his eyes and he looks up and he sees the gopis aren't really under the water. So he says, okay, so he pops up and they say, okay, we win again. So Krishna says, okay, let's do this one more time. And so the gopis say, okay, so they go 1, 2, 3, and same thing happens. Krishna goes under and they don't go under. So this time Krishna swims underwater and he swims all the way to the other side of the Kund and he gets out in the bushes there and they can't see him. And so the gopis are waiting for Krishna to come up out of the water. And so they wait for 1 minute and then 2 minutes and then 3 minutes and then 5 minutes. And they're like panicking. They're thinking, oh, because of this game, we've caused Krishna to lose his life, So they're looking in the bushes, they're looking under the water, they're going everywhere looking for Krishna and they're just total anxiety. So finally, after a while, Krishna, he gets back in the water and he swims up to where they are and they're just almost at the point of fainting. And so Krishna gets right up where they are and then he pops up and he says, I win. So the gopis, they all get mad at him because he tricked them, but then they all, of course, they can never stay mad at Krishna. So they're all happy again and then they start splashing again and having their water sports. So this is the way Krishna was cunning and he tricked the gopis actually. So this, once this pastime happened actually in Terakadamba, and probably many of you have been there. I was fortunate to be able to go there once with Gopal and Mahari Prabhu. And this is where Krishna would sometimes, with his cats, he would count his different cows so that he made sure he still had his herd and they would separate the different herds out. So once he was sitting there at Terakadamba and he had his back to the road and he was milking a cow. And so the gopis, they're coming down the road and actually the gopis, they had many other ways they could go. They could, shortcuts and different paths. They always went to the road where Krishna was, of course. So they're coming down this road and Krishna's sitting there and he's got his back to the gopis and he's milking this cow. And so the gopis they have Srimati Radharani in the middle and they're surrounding her. So they've got her protected. And so as they got closer, Krishna, he's acting like he doesn't see them and they're acting like they don't see Krishna. But it says as they got closer and closer, the mood got more and more intense because everybody knew something was going to happen, but nobody knew what. So the gopis are getting closer and closer, and Krishna still got his back to the gopis, and Radharani still in the middle of all of them. And as they get right by him, Krishna turns and he takes one of the teats of the cow and he squirts it, and the milk goes straight over the gopis and lands right in Srimati Radharani's face. And when it did, she screamed. And when she screamed, all the gopis scattered and the cows ran off and the dust comes up. And so Krishna takes advantage of this. He jumps off his stool and he jumps over where Srimati Radharani is and he kisses her right on the cheek. And so when he did, Lalita, she jumps in front of Krishna and she says, you rascal, you debaucher, what are you doing? And so the cowherd boys, they're all like clapping for Krishna, saying, yay, yay, Krishna. So Krishna, he jumps around Lalita and he kisses Radharani again, and then he runs off. And so Lalita's like scolding him because actually Krishna, he's scared of Lalita and both Vishaka because they're always getting on his case. But in this case, Krishna was the conqueror. He actually did what he wanted to do, kissing Srimati Radharani, and all the cowherd boys were going, yeah, Krishna, you're like he was a big hero. And it says that this Terakadamba, that Srila Rupa Goswami, he used to actually write the pastimes about Radha and Krishna under a tree there. It was a Kadamba tree. And it says this tree, when he would talk about Radha's sorrow at being separated from Krishna, that this tree would be like crying, that leaves would just shed leaves like crazy, because he was writing about Radharani being separated from Krishna. And then when he would write about Krishna being with Srimati Radharani, being reunited to her, then the tree would blossom out flowers because it was so happy that he would be writing about Krishna and Radharani being together again. So very, very auspicious place, this Terakadamba. So we know that Radha, that she's the pleasure-giving potency. She's called the Lodini Shakti of Krishna. And she's rendering a service to Krishna eternally, both in the material and the spiritual worlds. And we know that Radha and Krishna are one and the same, but they've assumed two bodies. And they enjoy tasting each other's mellows of love. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada says that actually, this is actually a puzzle to the materialist, that Krishna and Radharani are one, but at the same time that they're separated. And Prabhupada explains that Srimati Radharani is the transformation of Krishna's supreme love. She's the embodiment of love. And she's a personification of all spiritual love, and says her love, we know that, is so powerful that it can even overpower Krishna, who is the all-powerful, but she can even overpower him. Once Srimati Radharani came to Krishna and she said, you know, everyone else can love you. You know, the different Brajvasis, the demigod, different people can love you, and nobody says anything. But if I love you, then I'm considered to be unchaste. She said, the other camp, which is, there's Chandravali's camp and there's Radharani's camp. But she said, the other camp, Chandravali's camp, is they're always talking about how unchaste I am because of my love for you. And she says, why does it have to be like that? Why can everyone else love you and they're not criticized? But when I love you, then I'm considered to be unchaste. So Krishna said, well, don't worry. He said, I have a plan. He said, I'll prove that you are the most chaste of all women. You're the most chaste. So the next morning, Krishna, when Mother Yashoda came to wake Krishna, he had a fever. And all of a sudden, Krishna passed out. And Mother Yashoda couldn't revive him. She didn't know what to do. So she called Nanda Maharaj, and Nanda Maharaj came in, and they were all panicking. So they went and got different doctors, and these different doctors came, and nobody could cure Krishna. So Nanda Maharaj is walking, looking, trying to find another doctor. And all of a sudden, this young, really handsome, beautiful doctor shows up, and he has his doctor's bag. And so Nanda Maharaj says, are you a doctor? And this is actually Krishna. So it's Krishna's, he's laying there sick, but he's also coming as a doctor. So he says, yes. He said, I can cure anybody from any disease. So Nanda Maharaj brings him into the house and he receives him nicely, washes his feet, and he brings him over. And so Krishna's feeling of his own pulse and as a doctor, and he says, yeah, I know how to cure this man. He said, I have to have the right Anupan medicine. So Nanda Maharaj says, well, what do we need? And he said, well, I need the most chaste lady to bring some water. And by her bringing that water and mixing it with this medicine, that will cure Krishna. So Nanda Maharaj says, well, let's try to find out who the most chaste lady is. And the doctor told him that, okay, the way to find out is that he took some hair from Krishna, and they actually built like a bridge of hair across the Yamuna. And he said, the most chaste lady will have to take this pot. And there was a pot that had 1,000 holes in it. And he said, she'll have to take this pot, walk out on this hair, dip it into the Yamuna, and then bring it back without any water spilling out of it, bring it back to me, and then I can cure Krishna. So word went out that this is what they need. So ladies came from everywhere trying, and first person was Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda said, yes, I'm considered to be a chaste person. I'll do anything for Krishna. So when Krishna heard that as a doctor, he thought, I can't embarrass my mother. He said, so he told Ananda Maharaj, but it can't be a relative. It can't be like the mother or whatever. So he saved Mother Yashoda from being embarrassed. And so then the two persons that are usually the most critical of Srimati Radharani, the ones that are always accusing her of being unchaste, are Jatila, her mother-in-law, and her sister-in-law, Kutila. So Kutila comes up and she says, I'm a chaste woman, I can do this. So she takes the pot and she goes out and she walks out on the bridge of hair, and immediately she falls right into Yamuna. So everybody's kind of laughing and embarrassed her. So then Jatila, the mother-in-law, she says, okay, I can do this. So she takes the pot, goes out, same thing happens. As soon as she walked out onto the bridge, she fell into the Yamuna. So nobody could do it. So they were wondering what to do. And so they asked the doctor, you're also an astrologer. Can you tell us who we might could find to be the most chaste lady? So he starts drawing in the sand and making different signs. And he said, yes, there is one lady. I think her name is Radha. He said, if you bring her here, you can do this. So they went and got Srimati Radharani. And of course, she was very happy to do this and to do anything for Krishna. So she takes the pot, it has 1,000 holes in it, and she walks up to the Yamuna and first offers her obeisances to the Yamuna. And then she walks out on this bridge, and she looks into the Yamuna, and the first thing she sees is Krishna's face, and Krishna's just reassuring her that you can do this. So then she dips the pot into the water and brings it up. And as soon as she brought it up, she looked into it, and there was Krishna, and Krishna manifested 1,000 fingers and plugged up every hole in this pot. And she could see that. And so she put the pot on her head and she walked off the bridge, and she asked Lalita, is there any water coming out? And Lalita said, no, there's nothing's leaking out. So she brings the pot back to the doctor, who is Krishna. And so Krishna says, give me 3 palmfuls of this water. So she gives it to him, and he mixes this anupan up, and then he gives it to Krishna. And as soon as he gives it to Krishna, Krishna becomes revived. And so after that, everyone could see that Srimati Radharani was without a doubt the most chaste. And so therefore, after that, they didn't really try to, criticize her anymore. And Krishna actually saved her chastity by doing that. So we know that once when Srimati Radharani was a very young girl, Devasa Muni, who came, and when he came to Vrindavan, all the other girls ran away because his features were not so nice, I guess. So anyway, they all ran away, but Srimati Radharani didn't. She's just a very young girl. And so Devasa Muni was very impressed with the fact that she didn't run away and that she was a very, very, very attractive girl, young girl. So he told her, I want you to make some sweet rice for me. Excuse me. So Srimati Radharani went and she made this sweet rice. And when Devasa Muni ate this, it was like nectar. It was the best thing he had ever had. So he gave her a blessing that whoever you cook, they're going to be, and eats this food, they're going to be free of disease. They're going to live a long life. They're going to have great strength, great fame. And we know that when Mother Yashoda heard this, she asked Mother Kirtada, and then later on, the Tila, that if Krishna could come and cook for, if Radharani could come and cook for Krishna every day. And so Mother Yashoda, when Radharani would cook for Krishna, and when Krishna would kill the different demons, Mother Yashoda, she would thought that it was due actually to Srimati Radharani's cooking that Krishna was able to kill these different demons, because she felt that her cooking gave Krishna such supernatural, unlimited strength that he was able to kill these demons. So she gave all the credit to Srimati Radharani for Krishna being able to kill the demons. So once Srimati Radharani, she actually, we know that Krishna kills many demons, but actually once Srimati Radharani had to actually kill some demons. There was this Kalanimi, who we know that he's actually Kamsa in his next life, but he had two sons, and these two sons, they were Harshan and Marshan. And so they were like very powerful, and they could defeat, no one could defeat them. They had defeated all the demigods. And this Krishna really wasn't on earth at that time. So they were always harassing all the Brahmins, and no one could do anything to stop these two brothers. And so finally, the demigods went to Lord Brahma, and they asked him, what can we do to, they're harassing us so much, and no one's able to kill them. So he said, I don't know where they get their strength, so let's go to Lord Shiva. So they went to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva said, I don't know either. Let me meditate and see. So Lord Shiva meditated for a while, and he said, now I know where they get their strength, because they have what they call a Vishnu mantra. They chant this Vishnu mantra. And because they're chanting this Vishnu mantra, not even Lord Vishnu and Krishna can kill them. So they were thinking, well, so what to do? And so Lord Shiva said, well, we have to go and ask Srimati Radharani. She's the only one that can do this. So they went to Goloka Vrindavan, and they asked to Srimati Radharani and asked her the whole story about these two demons, and said, can you please help us? So immediately Srimati Radharani calls for Krishna's Sudarshan chakra. And as soon as she called for the chakra, it showed up and offered her its obeisance to Radha, how can I serve you? And she said, I want you to go and kill these two demons, this Harshan and Marshan. So the Sudarshan chakra went and cut their heads off, just like that. So this in one the one instance where actually Srimati Radharani is showing her Aishvarya, her godly side. He actually was kill some demons also. So it's also said that Radha's beauty, we know her beauty is ever increasing, so that she always looks more beautiful than before. Every time Krishna sees her, she's more beautiful than before. And whenever Krishna sees her, it's like he's seeing her for the first time. And because Krishna is happy to see Radha, we know that just by seeing her, his beauty increases. And when Radha sees Krishna's happiness increase, when she sees his beauty increasing, then her beauty is. And this goes on and on. It's like a transcendental competition because each one causes the other one's beauty to increase more. And this is what everybody in this material world, this is what we're seeking. We want actually reciprocation of love. And we all still have that love. We know that we have that love lying dormant in our hearts. And by the mercy of Srimati Radharani, we can reawaken that love. We know that Krishna's only pleasure is giving happiness to the devotees. And the devotees' only happiness is, of course, giving pleasure to Krishna and Radha. And Radha and the gopis, they perfected this art to the supreme degree that their only desire is actually to please Krishna. And it's said that when the peacocks, when they dance for Krishna, I won't try to do a peacock sound, but it says it's ki ka is how it's supposed it sounds. And ki means that who other than Krishna has control over all things animate and inanimate in this world. And ka means who other than Sri Radha has control over Krishna in Vraja. And that's one of the, like the 25th quality of Srimati Radharani's quality is that she always has Krishna under her control. So once in Imli Tal, Srimati Radharani, we know that everybody knows the story of how she left the rasa dance and Krishna was looking for her, and she was looking for Krishna, and he came, which was the favorite tree of Srimati Radharani, and out of separation, Krishna sat down under this tree, and he was chanting Srimati's name, and by doing this, here again, we were talking about how sometimes Krishna takes on the color of Srimati Radharani. Well, he took on this golden color of Srimati Radharani. And at the moment, Srimati Radharani, she came by with some of her maidservants, and she approached the place, and she saw that Krishna sitting there in that beautiful golden form. And she said, can you please explain to me why it is that you have turned golden? And he said, well, in this age of Kali Yuga, he said, I'm going to appear with your complexion to actually taste your love, to taste the sweetness that you taste by loving me. And he said, and with this compassion, he said, I'm going to spread your love to one and anyone who will simply chant and broadcast the Harinam Sankirtan movement, the chanting of the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And we know that the Hare is Srimati Radharani. So once, Krishna's for his flute playing. So once he was playing the flute, gopis came by and they actually told Krishna they stole his flute from him, and they told him, when you play, you don't always hit the right. Krishna was saying, what are you about? I'm Krishna. I'm the greatest flute player ever. And they said, no, you actually don't play as well as Srimati Radharani. And Krishna says, he couldn't believe that. So they gave the flute to Srimati Radharani, and she started playing it. And when she started playing the flute, Krishna could see that she was definitely superior to him in flute playing. And so he would, after that, actually take flute lessons from Srimati Radharani. She was showing him how she played the flute. So we know that Sri Uddhava, when Uddhava, who is Krishna's, is almost like the greatest devotee of Krishna in Dwarka. Krishna and Uddhava so much time together, and we know that Uddhava is the greatest, like I said, bhakta of the Dwarkavasis. And so, what did he do? He prayed and he performed tapasya to be born as a blade of grass, so that the servants of Srimati Radharani could step on his head with their lotus feet. So this is Uddhava, such a great devotee. He's praying that just let me become grass. Let me just be born as grass, and so that Srimati Radharani and the gopis can have their lotus feet, walk. And we know Lord Brahma, who we know lives, the first created being, lives like 311 trillion years. He also performed tapasya, and he offered prayers that he just wanted to become the mountain, the house of Srimati Radharani, Rishabhanu, and Kirtada, and her associates. He wanted to just be the mountain, so that he thought that the most precious thing in all of creation was to have the dust of Srimati Radharani and her servants and the gopis on his head. So Srila Prabhupada explains that that if we are sincere, if we're serious, if we have no, sorry. If we have no ulterior motive, Krishna. Therefore, Prabhupada says, if one tries in this way to reach Krishna through Srimati Radharani, then he's surely going to be successful. And that's why Radha's name comes first. We know Radha Krishna, Radha Kalachandji, Radha Govinda, Hare Krishna, just like we said, when we chant this Hare Krishna, this Hare is Srimati Radharani. So in other words, devotional service is not an activity of the material world. This devotional service is directly under the control of Srimati Radharani. And one of the principal qualities of Srimati Radharani is that she's always full of mercy. So Prabhupada says, if we pray sincerely, we can get special mercy and compassion from Srimati Radharani. And even Krishna himself, he says that in all the three planetary systems, this earth is especially fortunate, because on this earth is the town of Vrindavan. And there the gopis are especially glorious, because among them is my Srimati Radharani. So these are just some of the glories and the pastimes for Srimati Radharani. There's also, I was going to maybe read, we know that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he wrote, I think 3 songs actually about Srimati Radharani. So I thought that maybe we've got about maybe 15 minutes left. So I thought maybe we would read one of these songs. So this is 8 prayers in glorification of Srimati Radharani. It said, he who has failed to carefully worship the lotus feet of Srimati Radhika, which are the abode of all auspiciousness, is not he who has not taken shelter in the transcendental abode known as Vrindavan, which is decorated with a beautiful lotus flower named Radha. He who in this life has not associated with the devotees of Radhika, who are very wise and whose devotion for Radha is very deep, how will such a person ever experience the bliss of bathing in the ocean of Lord Shyam's sublime mellows? Please understand this most attentively. As the touch of this creeper, the tamal tree blooms. Without the embrace of the creeper, he can no longer exist. The creeper never desires to leave the company of the tamal tree. The creeper perpetually craves their union. Other than the meeting of these two, Bhaktivinoda declares nothing but nothing else. So that's just one of the songs of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He says that Srimati Radharani is artfully adorned with jewels. She is very learned in the science of Hari Ras, and her forehead is nicely decorated with tilak. Her breasts are covered with a beautiful corset and adorned with valuable gems, and her eyes are anointed with black colindrum. Thus she appears to be a relishable sweetness personified. Giving up everything and becoming a maidservant at the lotus feet of Radha, just worship and serve her with great care and attention. So, as I said, these are just some of the pastimes of Srimati Radharani, and I know I'm probably ending a little early here. So maybe they can do some kirtan. Let me see. I can also. There's. So I was going to read, Radharani has, as we said, 25 principal qualities. We'll read those 25 qualities and then we'll end the class. First one is she is sweet. Radharani is Madhurya. She is very sweet. 2, she's youthful. She's always freshly youthful. She's always like, I think, 15 years old, 15, 16 years old. She's having restless eyes. Her eyes are always restless, always looking for Krishna with her sidelong glances. 4, having a bright smile. She always smiles very brightly. 5, possessing beautiful, auspicious lines on the body. She has the beautiful, auspicious lines. 6, by the wonderful fragrance of her body, exciting Krishna. She makes Krishna happy with her bodily aroma. It's like when Radharani comes around, Krishna doesn't even have to see her. He just can smell her aroma and know that Srimati Radharani is somewhere around. 7, knowledgeable in the expansion of songs. She is very expert in singing. Srimati Radharani is a great singer. 8, she has having charming speech. Says whenever she speaks, her words are so charming. 9, she's very learned in joking. She's very expert in joking and speaking pleasantly. So we just heard some of the pastimes where she's jokes with Krishna. And 10 is humble. She's very humble and very meek. 11, she's full of mercy. She is always full of mercy. So Krishna says, without the mercy of Srimati Radharani, you can't approach him. You have to get the mercy of Srimati Radharani. 12, she's very cunning. 13, she's expert in performing her duties. She is expert in executing all of her daily duties. 14, she is very shy. 15, she's very respectful. She's always respectful to everyone. 16, she's calm. She's always calm, well, except when she gets mad at Krishna sometimes. 17, she's very grave. 18, she's very playful. She expert in sporting things, playing with the gopis. 19, she's Mahabhav. She has advanced ecstasy. Says she's situated at the topmost level of ecstatic love for Krishna. 20, she's in the highest excellence. That's what we just said. 21, she's very famous. She's the most famous of all the submissive devotees of Lord Krishna. 22, she has great affection for everyone. It says even the most famous, she's very affectionate to elderly people. 23, she's controlled by the love of her gopi friends. She's very submissive to her gopi friends, especially Lalita and Vishaka. 24, it says she's the chief among those who are dear to Krishna. Of all the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the chief because we know all the expansions come from Srimati Radharani. And 25, it says she's always keeps Krishna under her control, said to whom Lord Keshava is submissive. So these are just some of the principal qualities of Srimati Radharani. And sometimes Krishna, he likes to see all the different rasas, even anger. So sometimes he will, on purpose, he will call Srimati Radharani Chandravali. And he acts like, oh, I made a mistake there. And so immediately Srimati Radharani gets mad. And the only reason she gets mad is for Krishna's pleasure, because he wants to see her anger. And then once he sees her and gets her angry, then he has to think of some way to actually make up to her. And he has sometimes he has the help of Brinda Devi, sometimes Lalita, Vrishaka. He'll disguise himself sometimes as a young gopi and come to Radha and disguise. And so many different ways Krishna will try to make up to Srimati Radharani because he got her angry. And it's said that Krishna is more pleased just from the raising the eyebrows, the knitting of the eyebrows of the gopis and Radharani. He's more pleased by that than yogis meditating for thousands of years. This pleases Krishna more because he knows that the gopis, even though, well, I'll tell one more story, I think. Once the gopis, they wanted to see Krishna's, well, actually, they were at the Yamuna and they were getting water in their water pots and they were going to take back to the village. And so Krishna, he heard that they were there. So he went over to the Yamuna and he saw them and the way they were carrying their water pots. And he thought, wow, look how beautiful they look, how aristocratic they look. And so he told him, he said, you look so beautiful carrying your water pots. And so Radharani looked at him and she said, what would you know about carrying a water pot? What would you know about any kind of work? You never do anything, any kind of work. And Krishna says, what are you talking about? He said, I once lifted the earth on my head. And all the gopis laughed and they thought, what do you mean you lifted the earth? And he said, yes, I in my form of Lord Varaha, I went down into the Garbhodaka ocean and I picked up the earth and I brought it back. And so they were all laughing, thinking, yeah, well, if you did this, why don't you show us this form? So Krishna thought, okay, I'll show you the form. And so all of a sudden he changed and he was, they were looking, where's Krishna? They looked down and just about the size of a thumb was this little boar. And that's about how big he was. It's about that big. And so the gopis are looking and they're laughing, saying, no, this is your form of Lord Varaha. And then all of a sudden Krishna starts to expand himself and he gets bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden he's way up in the clouds. And so he takes his tusk and he's like throwing trees and dirt. And so the gopis are like, wow, they're amazed that Krishna has taken this form. And the thing that amazed them the most was that on Krishna's tusk was actually the earth planet. And there's like confused because they thought, well, we're standing on earth, but here's Krishna on earth. And it was revolving. It showed all the continents. It showed everything. And they thought, well, we're here on earth, but there's the earth on Krishna's tusk. And so they thought, well, is this really Krishna? And so when they thought that, then Krishna, he knew what they were thinking. So he turned blue. He took his blackish blue form and they thought, yeah, well, this is Krishna. He's turned the color of Krishna now. So they're like really amazed. And so then after a while, Krishna just disappears. And so they're thinking, well, wow, did we just imagine that, or was that did that really happen? So they go over and they look down, and sure enough, there's the footprints of Lord Varaha, and then they see Krishna's footprints there also. And so immediately, anyone else would think, wow, Krishna must be God. I mean, he just took this amazing form of Lord Varaha. But the gopis, they didn't think like that. Neither did the cowherd boys, because Krishna also showed this form to the cowherd boys at one time. So they just want to know, well, where did Krishna go? Where is Krishna? That was their only concern. They just wanted to see where Krishna was. It didn't faze them that he had just taken the form of Lord Varaha, this huge form, because their love for Krishna, they couldn't, there was no awe, awe and reverence in their love whatsoever. Their love is the most pure. That's why it said that, Dwarka is pure, Mathura is more pure, and Vrindavan is the most pure, because in Vrindavan there's no awe and no reverence. It's all just pure love for Krishna. So anyway, thank everyone for listening. I guess I'm hopefully ending maybe a little bit soon, but just hope everyone has a wonderful Radhastami. Wish I was in Dallas so I could now take the feast later on, but just everyone please have a wonderful Radhastami. Jai Shrimati Radharani Ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Jaya Radha
Rasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Ramati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Kana Rasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gokula Ranjana Gopi Parana Dhana Magana Manahara Kaliya Ramana Vidhanam Rasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Rasamati Nandana Brajabada Nagara Gopi Parana Dhana Parana Dhana Magana Manahara Kaliya Ramana Vidhanam
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just play whatever you want. I don't even know the lyrics. What is it? What are you singing? Radhastami. Kumkumata Kanchan. I can text Nita to come. Kumkumata Kanchan. What's it called? Radhastami. Okay, that's all I need. I got it. I found it 22%. You need to switch them? Yeah. I think it's 10. 10. Yeah, it should be 10. Scroll as you need to. दास्यदास्तुरादिकं सकुमार्या श्रेष्ठपाला बालिकेतिने गालिकेतिने चन्द्रचान्दनोत्पले चन्दनोचिता विग्रह श्रेष्ठपाला बालिकेतिने ग्रह चन्द्रचान्दनो Satkala pandita premaramya rupavesha sadgunali mandita Dasya dasturadika Nityanavya rupa keli Krishna bhava sampada Krishna raga bandha gopa yavate shukam padam Krishna Rupa Vishakeli Lagna Sat Samadhika Maya Matma Pada Padma dasya dasturadhika. Samadhika Svedakam pakantakashu gadgadadi sanchita Marshaharsavamatadi bhavabhushana chitaha. Krishna Neta Toshiratna Mandanali Dadika Maya Madhva Padapana Dasya Dasturadhika. Yashanada Krishna Vipra Yoga Santa Todita Nekadhainya Chapaladi Bhava Vrinda Modita. Vipra Yoga Santa Todita Nekadhainya Chapaladi Bhava Yatna Labda Krishna Sangha Nirgathila Nadika Maya Madhma Pada Padma Dasya Dasturadhika. Ashtakenayastvanena noti Krishna Vallabha Darshane api Sela Jadi Yoshidali Durlabha. Krishna Sangha Nani Atma Dasya Siddhu Bhajana Tam Karoti Nandi Ali Sanchayashu Sarjanam. Kanchanabja Garbhahari Gaurabha Pitanam Chitabja Ganda Kirtinendi Saurabha Kumkumakta Kanchanabja Garbhahari Gaurabha Pitanam Chitabja Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
You can sing without your bands. Yeah, the band sounds good. I mean, if you're afraid, you can put it If you do it others one, please tell to us because we don't know and we have no paper. We can follow it sometime. If it's the Hare Krishna mantra, it's fine. But if you do it some other song, please tell me, Rasalila, because we can look for it on the internet too and sing it with you. Which one? This one? Jai Radhe. That one. Okay, which one you find it? Because Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna. Okay.
Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Shri Govinda, Gopinata, Madana Mohan, Shama Kunda, Radha Kunda, Giri Govardhan, Kalindi Jamuna, Jaya Jaya Mahavan, Keshigata Vamshi Bhatta, Dwadasha Kana, Jaha Sabha Leela Koilo Shri Nanda Nandana, Shri Nanda Yashoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan, Thenuvatsagan Jaya Vishabhanu Jaya Kirti Dasundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Jaya Nagari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Jaya Gopishwara Vrindavana Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatudre Jaraj Jaya Rama Ghata Jaya Rohini Nandan Jaya Vrindavana Jaya Jatha Jan Jaya Dvija Patni Jaya Jaya Nagakan Bhakti Teja Hala Koila Govinda Charan Shirasa Mandala Jaya Jaya Radhasham Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Sarvamaloram Jaya Jaya Jvala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sal Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajate Prachar Jaya Smaran. Dina Krishna Dasa Kohe Nama Sankirtan. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Gopinata Madana Mohan. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
You know the song. You know the song. Sing.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo,
have the Kirtan going until Maharaj arrives. Maharaj will be here by about 10:45. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We'll actually let the Kirtan going on until Maharaj arrives. Maharaj will be here by about 10:45.
What? He locked the house and then took the keys and now the keys now. Such as bad. Wait, what? He locked the house? He locked my house and took the keys. I don't know where he is. He need the keys. Good job. Happens quite often. No more singing? You sing. You sing. Someone sing. I'm not singing though. I'm singing though. You can sing.
You know, I'm not very good at keeping a tune, and I don't know how to play harmonium, even though I bought one. So.
Do you want me to play harmonium?
Yeah, sure.
Let's see how to do it.
I don't know what to sing right now, though. Let me go back on live then. I'm over here thinking we were done. So everybody needs to join the festivities. People are probably like, why is she going live? There's nothing going on. I'm not raising money. Okay.
While we are waiting for Maharaj,
Krishna,
what we are going to do
Namo
is
Vishnu
play
Padaya
one of
Krishna,
our
Padaya Srimati Gira
Okay.
Let's see.
Yes,
Hare
okay.
Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradari Janavallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Gajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Gajajana Ranjana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we have a small change in plans. His Holiness Radhastami Maharaj will not be able to make it today. We have His Grace Nityananda Prabhu with us now, and he's going to give us a class and let us know the next program from there on. So I'll have His Grace. Let's welcome His Grace Nityananda Prabhu. Prabhuji, you're on.
I'll unmute myself.
I think
Hare
you're
Krishna.
on mute.
Hare Krishna. Welcome everybody to today's celebration of the most happiest day of our life, the holy appearance of the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srimati Radharani ki Jai. So I will speak for about 15 minutes, I would say. And then there'll be a class given jointly by Maharajas, 2 Maharajas who are giving the class. And after that, announcements will be made about the winners of the competitions. So you'll get to hear that as well. Thank you very much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Srimati Radharani ki Jai. So as you know, Srimati Radharani is the best of all of the associates of Krishna. The best servant, the best beloved, the best everything is Radharani. And in every way, Radharani is the very, very best person. And that's why she is called Radha, meaning the very best, like that. So, and the essence of the very best. So one thing that I wanted to speak about today was actually something that is very topical. As we know, we go through so many difficulties in our lives in different ways. Right now, the pandemic is going on. By the way, please excuse my dress right now. I just came from an Abhishek, so this is why I'm dressed the way I am. And so in this pandemic, there are many people who are having so many struggles. There's so many difficulties that are happening in their lives. So I wanted to tell a pastime, and in that pastime relate something that is very, very important for us to know in terms of our devotion to Radha and Krishna, to Gaura Nityananda, to Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, to Krishna, Balaram, like that. All of the wonderful deities that we have and their associates, Radha, Tulsi Maharani, Yogamaya Maharani, like that, Gomata, like that. So many wonderful personalities. And so in this pastime, what happened was Krishna, he was very amazed that how much love Radharani had for him and how she had such good character. Even in times when he would give her so many difficulties, she would maintain the pristine character, just not even a blemish could be put on her character. So he wanted to figure out this more for himself. So he took the form of a heavenly goddess, a Devi, a heavenly goddess, just like we have in heaven. In heaven, we have the Devas and the Devis, the Devis, Devas, the demigods and the demigoddesses. So he took that form of a Devi, a very beautiful goddess from heaven, from Swarga, like that. So what happened was then he went to this Kunja, the place where Radharani and her associates were had come together, and as he entered the Kunja, so in the Kunja there's a Kalpavriksha tree. On that Kalpavriksha tree, the 2 birds who always have a big discussion about Radha and Krishna. They're known as Sukha and Sari. Sukha is actually the parrot of Radharani, and Sari is the parrot of Krishna. And they always discuss saying the glories of each other, and so trying to compete with each other in terms of the glories of their own masters, like that. Sukha would expound the glories of Radharani, and Sari would do the same for Krishna, like that. So, so when they saw this beautiful damsel coming like this, they were so stunned by her beauty that they were on the branch with their claws on the branch. They actually went upside down. They sort of like fainted, you know. They were so stunned that they actually lost composure, and they were hanging upside down on that on the branch of the Kalpavriksha tree. So beautiful this personality was. So as this personality started approaching the gopis and Radharani, the gopis noticed this wonderful lady, and they thought they'd never seen such a beautiful person, such a beautiful girl in their life. So they approached her and asked her, "Where have you come from? We've never heard of you. Who are your parents? Which village do you come from?" So she was very shy. So she didn't say anything. Just she had a sari over her head in such a way that she expressed her shyness. And Radharani became very impressed by that. And so Radharani said, "You know, I have never seen a person as beautiful as you. You're such an auspicious person. You must be a very great personality. You must be from heaven. So you must be one of the goddesses from heaven." And so the other one just nodded her head a little bit, almost like, almost when you're listening to someone, you're nodding your head, but you're not really saying yes, like that. And but it was actually Krishna. And he had taken this very beautiful form. As we know, Krishna can take the form of a woman as well. He does, he's known as Shamali. In one case, he became Mohini. And, you know, when he became Mohini, even Lord Brahma, who was her father, lost composure. Lord Shiva, who is a very controlled person, lost composure, lost his composure. Brahma started running after her because he became lusty, and Lord Shiva also ran after her and actually deposited his semen, and which actually became gold and silver that we know of in this world. So anyway, so he approached her and he said to her, I'm unhappy, I'm sad, and I only you can help me get out of my sadness. And so Radharani said, "So what is it that makes you sad?" He says, "You know, I know that Krishna misbehaved so many times with you, such a rascal. And why do you actually, you deserve better than Krishna. Why do you actually always go back to Krishna, even though he mistreats you?" And then he started giving examples. And because she was like stunned, she thought, "Wow, I didn't expect this." And then, so she actually asked him, "You know, what are you saying? What do you mean?" And so he started telling pastimes, and he was thinking, "Wow, how does he know these pastimes?" They were really intimate pastimes, and he really did hurt her feelings. And, you know, she went into man, which means, you know, she becomes really angry, and she went away from him and said, "I won't see you again. I don't want to see you again." Like that, she became very angry, very frustrated with him. And so, but, you know, she was thinking, wow, how this person knows so much. This is such an intelligent person. Obviously, this is a great personality. And so Radharani became more and more and more impressed. And the gopis who were hearing these pastimes were cheering on and saying, we've been telling Radharani this, that, you know, Krishna is mistreating you. You should not allow him to do this. He's such a rascal, you know, this, that, and the other. So they were cheering and saying, they were clapping and saying, thank you, thank you. We've been saying this to Radharani so many times. Radharani just nicely heard it, very calmly hearing, continuing to hear. A little quizzical, why is this person telling me this? And what's happening here? You know, type of stuff. And so when Krishna finished all of his questions, this is from the Prema Samputa, by the way. When Krishna finished all his questions, then Radharani started answering his questions. And so it is described in the Prema Samputa that, and I'm going to go into the middle of this because I want to talk about a certain aspect which actually is very topical for us right now. And so Radharani, actually, as she is speaking, she says that Radharani speaks, she says, "The miseries of this world resulting from present and future happiness, family affairs, political intrigues, bodily pains, and unrequited love appear as insurmountable as Mount Sumeru. They are, however, conquered effortlessly by the supremely powerful Prema. As a lion feeds on elephants, Prema removes all obstacles in its path, only to be nourished by those very obstacles. Okay, so this is a very deep philosophical statement that Radharani is making. Obviously, she is the most intelligent person. So she tells us there are 5 things that cause us difficulties in this world. The first, she says, result from present and future happiness. So actually, what makes us happy? Generally in this world, what makes us happy are material things. If we have wealth, if we have power, we have beauty, we have fame, we have knowledge, we have renunciation. So we actually become very happy. So our past and future happiness is based on these types of events. But these events actually cause unhappiness as well. They cause us misery because ultimately they start as happiness and they end as misery. Somehow or the other, they'll cause issues for us. Then she says the second thing is family affairs, because we are in families and the family is all very demanding. Every person in the family wants the best, and so they make the children are such that the parents have to work very hard to look after the children. The children have to suffer the austerities that the parents impose on them and things like that. So in family affairs, there are obviously going to be a lot of difficulties. And then that's why some people say, why even get married, But then they don't get married and they do things even more abominable after that. So then the third thing is political intrigues. Like we can see right now, that although the pandemic is going on, there are ways to deal with it. But because of the political intrigues between the political parties and all the political players, the country is suffering because we don't actually resolve the issue. We become too caught in, gamesmanship as far as politics is concerned. And then the fourth, she says, is bodily pains. And we all know that, especially those getting older, or when you fall sick, how bodily pains cause us so many misery. And the fifth is unrequited love. Unrequited love means that often we give love to others, but we don't receive it back. We don't receive love in fair measure. We feel like I did my part, but the other party did not, like that. And we feel, that the love has not been reciprocated with properly. That's called unrequited love. So these 5 issues are the major 5 issues that actually cause miseries in this world. She says these are the ones that are, her exact words are, these appear as insurmountable as Mount Sumeru. And so then she says, but these are effortlessly conquered. Now we think, wow, that's amazing. It's all of these issues. How can we say that that these issues and these problems, these miseries, are going to be effortlessly conquered? And she said that is done by prema. Prema means love of God. So what is this love of God? That what do we do to have this love of God so that the miseries can easily be taken care of? So Krishna answers that question very nicely in the Bhagavad Gita. But before that, he also want to quote something that he says from the Srimad Bhagavatam. He makes a very important point. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, he says there are times when I become lost. I appear to be lost to my devotee. My devotee thinks, where's Krishna? Where's Krishna? I'm not experiencing Krishna consciousness. There's something wrong going on here, like that. They feel the absence of Krishna and feel the absence of Krishna consciousness. And how many times we feel that in our lives? So he says that actually, from time to time, my devotees, I am lost to my devotees. But he says, when I'm lost to my devotees, what my devotees do is they become even more anxious to serve me. They actually become even more sincere in their service. And as a result of which, I again become manifest to them. And so this is a very important point, that whenever we are discouraged, disappointed in Krishna consciousness, we should not actually give up on our Krishna consciousness. We should become doubly determined to actually become more Krishna conscious like that. And this is, Krishna describes this in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, we should know, we should always know that Krishna loves us all the time. There is no time he does not love us. So then what happens is, the answer is given that we should actually do Krishna Katha. We should chant the holy names of Krishna, and we should read about Krishna. We should talk about Krishna. We should discuss topics about Krishna. We should remember pastimes of Krishna and do things in such a way that we can actually feel the love of Krishna, whether it's from ourselves or somebody else. We feel, wow, Krishna is so nice. His pastimes and Radharani's pastimes and Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, Lord Nityananda's pastimes, Lord Balaram's pastimes, like this, Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra's pastimes, they're so relishable. So like that, we should feel the love at all times. And then Krishna says, we should understand that I am taking charge of you. I'm like your father. Aham Bijpada Pitaha, he says in Bhagavad Gita. So that he's there. He's always looking after us, always providing and everything. Whatever we really need, we will get. We don't have to worry about that. And then even more importantly, he says that he accepts us as his parts and parcels. He's arranged it in such a way that we are his parts and parcels. So obviously, just like in this body, we have different parts and parcels. Here, there's a hand, there are fingers. So these fingers are part and parcel of the body. So when the body is enjoying some nice prasadam or music or kirtan or whatever, the fingers are also enjoying because they are part and parcel. So we should know that we are part and parcel of Krishna. So through Krishna's enjoyment, we are also enjoying. It's just that our mind thinks, because the mind is separate from us, it is not us. I am not my mind. I'm not my body. I'm not my intelligence. I'm not my false ego. I am the soul. So these other personalities, they don't feel so happy. It is their unhappiness. It's not the soul's unhappiness. So we should remind ourselves the soul is always happy, remembering Krishna and associating with Krishna. And we are part and parcel. So that's natural. It's not like we have to work hard for it. And finally, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya actually explains the supreme secret. The supreme secret is to be always engaged in Krishna's service. Because service to Krishna means we're expressing our love to Krishna. Prabhupada described this word as service as expression of love. So if we're always expressing love to Krishna, then obviously we're never separated from him. We're united in that love. And that love is called Krishna Prema. And so here Radharani is saying, this Prema is like a lion and can even devour elephants. I mean, the lion is smaller than an elephant, but the lion can easily kill the elephant and eat its flesh like that. So similarly, no matter how big our miseries are, they can be easily devoured by Prema. Because in Prema, we're so much into loving Krishna, we're so interested in loving Krishna, we're so happy to love Krishna, that the miseries become insignificant. And many devotees will tell you this, who have experienced difficult services, that after finishing that difficult service, whether it's with deity worship, whether it was making prasadam, serving prasadam, taking care of a temple, whatever the devotee was doing, the devotee will tell you, after all the difficulties I went through taking care of the service, I felt so good. I felt so nice that I had done this difficult service because I felt like I really did show some love to Krishna. So this is a very, very important point today on the day of Radhastami. This is how Radharani herself deals with the situation. It's not like she does not have to face misery. It's not like she doesn't actually have to go through difficulties. In fact, Krishna puts her through real difficult situations, much more difficult than us. In the form of Lord Rama, as you know, he had his consort, Sita Rani, put through fire to be tested by fire. I mean, how many of us have to really walk through real fire? And that too, added with insults and injury and all that type of things. So really, really difficult situation. And these personalities, the reason they're able to easily cross over these oceans and oceans of misery is by prema, by love. So this is something that today we can ask Radharani for. We can ask Radharani, please grant us your mercy. Please grant us this ability to love, this loving propensity. Please bless us so that we may also have a fraction of the loving propensity that you have for Krishna, so that we can actually serve you, your servants, many times removed, because we are Gopir Bhartu, Padakamle, or Dasa, Dasana, Dasa. We are the servants of the servants of the servants of the servants, many times removed of the servants of Radha and Krishna. So we serve the servants, we serve the devotees. And by serving the devotees nicely, with a lot of love and affection, tolerating all types of difficulties, always thinking from the point of view of love, service with love, what happens is no matter what difficulty we're going through, we're able to easily overcome it. Otherwise, we get more and more caught up in these difficulties, and then we start becoming discouraged in our Krishna consciousness, and we may even lose our Krishna consciousness because we become so discouraged, we become so angry, so frustrated that we start committing a lot of offenses at the feet of the devotees, at the feet of the deities. And then what happens is our Krishna consciousness spirals downward. Let's not have that happen to us. Let us all become more and more enthused. Today is also the 48th anniversary of the installation of Shri Radha Kalachandji. So 2 more years from now, we'll be celebrating the 50th anniversary. So today I was announcing in the morning, during the morning announcements, that we're now going to launch a group, a committee, a team of persons who will be planning the 50th anniversary of Radha Kalachandji. And now, amongst the 10 million people who live in this metroplex, right now less than 10%, maybe even less than 5% know about us in any shape, form or another. But now pretty much many people will come to know about us because of the celebrations that will go on and the things that we will do to reach out to the public, to serve the peoples of Dallas-Fort Worth, and of course people around the world, because nowadays we do so many things online. And this will bring about so much bliss in the hearts of everyone who in any way touches this program of the celebration. So today is a celebration also, the 48th anniversary. Let's all be very happy, ear to ear smiles, and be very, very determined and very, very sincerely pray to Radharani to bless us so that we may become very Krishna conscious and please her and her servants unlimitedly. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Now I'll ask
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Prabhu to take over from here for the other program. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. His Grace Nityananda Prabhu ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. It was a very nice class.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So now what we will do is we will go back a few years, and we had on Radhastami 3 special guests, and we'll listen from 2 of them now for want of time. And His Holiness Radhastami Maharaj and His Holiness Giridhari Maharaj. We have a video from that time, and so I'm going to play that on the screen right now.
And probably I'll be going back to the temple, so I won't be on the Zoom now.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Until midday or something like that.
Okay, thank you. And we'll see you at the temple then.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Haribol.